Hey guys, we need your help. We've noticed not all of you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, so subscribe today.
Subscribe, hit that button.
So speaking of reloading with, some guys, let's talk about the changes to the Cowboys defense. I mean, listen, I was kind of hoping there would be another offensive lineman named Tyler that they could get because eventually I want the all Tyler O line, but that's going to have to wait until maybe free agency or whatever. But let's talk about the defense, of course. Jerry Jones made mention last night of a trade that was already done, but he didn't want to tell us about it. I believe that one was Logan Wilson. That's the first one that came out. So let's just start right there because we'll kind of go in like sort of chronological order for these.
Yeah, I think it's got. I mean, listen, they need help at linebacker. They get a guy who has got a ton of experience, a lot of played in the Super Bowl, has been productive for Cincinnati. Obviously, wanted out of Cincinnati. So someone that is going to come in and have to play right away and bring us steady presence. I don't think he's going to be a game wrecker, and they're all of a sudden going to be a top 10 defense. But I do think it solidifies that middle and at least gives you some confidence in him out there.
Yeah, I remember in those Super Bowl run years, we were talking that Super Bowl run year, we were really talking about how he does against tight ends specifically. So, obviously Dallas Goedert, the Eagles, you always have to look at them. And of course, Zach Ertz, I know he's not the youngest guy, but he's always a threat for the Commanders as well. And then the Giants even are starting to use their tight ends too. So I liked this move from the standpoint of reflecting modern football kind of ways and how you use defenders in a modern way. But let's talk about the big guy up front. He has the most baby of faces for any 300-pound man that I've ever seen. Coming over from the Jets, obviously Quinnen Williams up front. So I'm going to give you my stat on him because I think you'll have some unique insight about how he's changed his game this year. We've known he's been good all along. Stopping the run has kind of been his calling card. This season, he's actually increased the ante, upped the ante in his pass rushing potential as well. So he's started to add a little bit more burst off the line of scrimmage. That reflects how Aaron Glenn was using him, what they were asking him to do. He wasn't asked to do that as much now. What will this do for the front? We want to talk about the back of the Cowboys defense. We'll leave that for another time, but the front of this defense specifically.
Well, it's huge. He's got that. We've talked the last couple of weeks about game wreckers on the defensive line, and he's got that potential. He's been a dominant player for 5 or 6 years in this league, and he's someone that you're going to have to circle when you play the Cowboys every week. So he solidifies that inside. They're going to have a nice rotation of defensive tackles inside, and hopefully, he can help stop the run. Because first and foremost, you can't be a great defense until you start stopping that run. And, they need some help in there. So hopefully Wilson and Williams can come in there and give the defense some relief. But what I do like is I think it lays out a plan for the fans, for Cowboys fans. Like, hey, we had to give up a 2027 first round pick, but we still got both our first round picks next year. We got an all-pro primetime defensive tackle. And now we can use those picks to trade again before the draft. If we fall in love with someone in the draft, we can trade up. There's a lot of options and possibilities now. To revamp that defense.
And Mazi Smith being traded away, to me, that was, and I say this with all due respect, but something about this fit wasn't working for him. He wasn't performing to where he was drafted. It's kind of in that way, to me, so some of these little wrinkles and folds of the trade deadline they fall under the radar because it's way sexier to talk about Quinnen Williams coming to the Cowboys than it is to talk about Mazi Smith departing. But I actually think that might be an addition by subtraction based on his ineffectiveness for what was being asked of him. So I thought that was a low-key good part of the trade as well.
I do. And I think it also, hopefully for Mazi, it kind of lights a fire under him and he gets a fresh new start and, a new place that no one has perceptions of him and go in there and get a fresh start in the league.